What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Bass Union. In today's video, we got something special for you, something I haven't done before. We're gonna give you 30 minutes of raw, uncut, unedited fishing. We already got our rods laid out on the deck, and I got a good feeling about today. The bite's gonna be good. I've had reports of guys catching 50 to 100 fish days, so let's get to fishing. So we're out here in the middle fork of the Lake Oroville. I'm gonna start out with a topwater. Usually like to see if I can get any fish to go on the surface, draw them up, see how active these fish are. Like to hit the bank and kind of work out. Usually like 45-degree angles or parallel up really tight against the bank. I imagine some of these fish will be against these shade lines. I'm just giving a walk the dog action. The bait I'm throwing is a river to sea rover. Got a lot of fish on this thing. He's got teeth marks all over it, hook rash. Almost forgot, we gotta set our alarm. Like I said, 30 minutes, uncut. See if we can get all big to show. Get something to break the surface. Old Nadine. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. The reaction bite should be on. So if we don't get bit in another cast or two, I'm gonna switch, put a jerkbait on. See if I can catch anything on that. Oh, I had one bust. Come on, take it. Oh, yeah, I got him. Oh boy, fish is like the size of the bait. It's a good sign though. You know, it's been a minute since I've had any fish. Woo! You want to be careful. These hooks will destroy you. Get the pliers out. Yeah, like I said, we're throwing the river to sea rover in a bone color. And this fish got the front hook. When they're eating the front hook of a topwater, it's usually a good sign. I've been using these CUDA pliers. I'm liking them. Picked them up from Tackle Warehouse. Work good. Been using those. And these little CUDA scissors, super sharp. Not affiliated with the company, but I like them. We got one to go. Let's see if we can get another one. We only got 30 minutes, so I want to try a variety of different baits and show you guys some action. You can cover a lot of water with this thing. One more cast. Every cast I make, is just going down the bank, covering water, making presentations to fish I haven't hit yet. Oh, I had one. Come back. Man, one more cast. That looked like a better one. You can work this thing as fast as you want, as slow as you want. It's all about figuring out the cadence with the fish, what they want today. All right, I'm gonna pick up that jerkbait. Obviously we can get some fish on the surface. I would throw this thing all day, but like I said, we only got a limited amount of time. I'm throwing a jerkbait. Jerkbait I'm throwing is a Mega Bass Vision 110 plus one. This jerkbait has become my favorite jerkbait out here. The plus one means it can get out, I think, around 10 feet on a long cast. There we go. Come on. Another little guy. I'm gonna be careful. The hooks on these things are super sharp. When you grab it, grab the bill if you're gonna grab it. And grab the fish by its lip. When you do that, you have control. Just get a good grip on them. You ain't going nowhere. You smoke that thing. The color I'm throwing, I think this is the Wakasagi color. You know, got some gold, purple, silver in there. The chrome. So there's one fish, smoked it. Let's see if we can get another one to go. Cover water. The line I'm throwing, I got 12, today is 12-pound fluorocarbon. I'll go down to as low as 10. I feel like I'm on a really good jerkbait bite. But today I'm throwing 12 just because I don't want to break off. I hook them, I want to get them to the boat. But the lighter the line you use, the deeper, you might get an extra foot or so out of it. If I don't get bit on this thing in a few casts, I'm gonna pick up a Bass Union A-rig and cover water and see if I can get any fish to go. You know, it's all about breaking the water down. I've thrown a topwater, I've had some reaction out of it. I've thrown a jerkbait, which is like mid-column. I've had one on it. And that A-rig, what's nice is you can work it up high in the water column, you can work it in the middle, and you can work it out towards the bottom. It just all depends on how slow you reel it and how much you let it sink. Last cast. See, when I'm going down the bank like this, I'm always trying to hit stuff that sticks out. Little rocky points, boulders, pockets, stuff that's different than the rest of the bank. All right, I can get nothing on that cast. I'm gonna pick up that A-rig, see if I can get bit. Of course, I get all tangled. All right, there we go. So yeah, today we got the Bass Union 5-wire bladed A-rig. Got 2.8s on the top, 3.8s on the bottom. These are Kitech fat swing impacts. Just covering water. When you're throwing an A-rig, the wind is your friend. Any reaction bait for that matter. There we go. Right over that point. Right where he was supposed to be. Ooh. Come on. Thing smoked it. Little guy. Little guy. Yeah, like I said, throwing that Bass Union A-rig. Got 1/4 ounce ball heads on the bottom and then an 1/8 ounce in the middle. That way, when it's swimming through the water, it keels out and comes nice and straight. There's one fish. Let's see if we can get another one. Today I'm throwing 15, I got 15-pound fluorocarbon on this setup. I like fluorocarbon out here because you can typically get a little deeper than if you were throwing it on braid. Sometimes I'll go up to 20-pound fluorocarbon, but 15's been a pretty good size. Yeah, he was right where he was supposed to be, right in front of that rock. Yeah, this thing just looks like a little school of baitfish swimming by, and with this wind, it's just like really good presentation. You see the steep bluff wall that we got coming up. I'm gonna throw it as tight as I possibly can to it, parallel, run it right against it. And if there's a big one, or if there's a fish in general, it'll use that and ambush it against the rock. So you can see the wind's blowing right down it. This is perfect. This is what you want right here. Right there. Get tight. Oh, I have one. You tapped it. No? Just gotta keep covering water. There we go. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, he just had all the hooks. Yeah, when the fish hit this thing, you know, at first he had the back hook, but then you got two other hooks. The fish usually just hammer it. And when they do, sometimes they get hooked on the side. There you go. Thing hit it like a better one. Okay, let's see. See, I ripped my tail. Got to re-rig another one. Like I said, this is throwing 3.8s with ones with hooks. A little bigger profile. And the color I was throwing is rainbow shad. The type of heads I'm throwing it on. Got 1/4 ounce ball heads on the bottom and an 1/8 ounce in the middle. So you want to run it like that. Come out like that. You want it to be nice and straight. If that thing's kicked off to the side, it's going to run sideways, and it's going to mess up the action of the whole A-rig. Now we're back. There's definitely fish on this wall. Toss right back in there. See if we can get another one to go. So yeah, on that cast, one of the tails was curled up, and I think it was, your bait's got to be just perfect. Give it a pop. You want to, as you're reeling it, do a nice steady retrieve and give it a little pop, and sometimes that pop will make the whole A-rig kind of, it'll trigger a bite. Let's keep going. Right now, we're covering water. We don't want to get stuck in one spot too long. You know, here on Lake Oroville, we're mainly going for spotted bass. And these spotted bass, they like to suspend on these steep bluff walls. So a lot of the presentations we make are targeted towards those. Like back here, it's not so steep, little pocket, you can fish towards the bottom. Like if I, right here, I'm sitting in 40 feet of water, this close to the bank. So, you know, A-rig's good, the topwater's good, jerkbait, a weightless Senko can be deadly. Right now, I'm mainly trying to get fish to come to me. And if I don't get bit in a few more casts, I'm gonna pick up a jig, one of our Bass Union Finesse football jigs, and see if we can get bit. One more cast. All right, so we got a bite on the A-rig. Got a topwater, do the jerkbait. Now we're gonna throw, this is a Matt Brown, 1/2 ounce Finesse football jig. Toss this one, let it hit the bottom. By the time it hits the bottom, I'll lift up, feel, and see if a fish has it. If not, I'm gonna shake it, and I'm just gonna move it inches at a time, like super slow. It's all about bottom contact with this thing. Just don't get bit. After a few, you know, bringing it back towards you, bring it up, make another cast. When you have a fish hit this thing, they hammer it. You know, you want to have a slight bow in your line, things on the bottom, and if you do it like that, when a fish cracks it, your rod is just going to get jarred. Cover in water, it's the name of the game. Today I'm throwing this bait. I have it on 12-pound fluorocarbon. Straight fluorocarbon, no braid, no nothing, just straight. I'm using a Dobbins Champion 733. My favorite rod so far, throwing my finesse jigs. If I don't get bitten on this thing in, oh, I had one. Just set the hook, let your bait drop back down. If you didn't connect on them, sometimes they'll come back. That was definitely a bite though. Toss it right on this little point right here. You can see how steep it is up here. So when your bait hits the bottom and you drag it a few inches towards you, it might drop 5-10 feet. You know, it steps out. So you want to give your bait plenty of slack to sink straight down. If you don't, and your line has tension and it's taut as it's sinking, it's going to pendulum out towards you, and you're going to pull your bait away from the strike zone without even thinking about it. I'm gonna have plenty of slack, let it sink straight down. Once it hits the bottom, lift your rod tip, pull in some of that slack, lift your rod tip, shake it a hair. Come up over any rocks. I'm on the bottom, shake. Nothing. I'm hung up a little bit. Usually if you get right over the top of it, you can pop it free. Got it. Two more casts with this thing. I'm gonna switch baits. I'm thinking maybe pick up a drop shot. There we go. That's what I want right there. I don't know, if they're eating it like that, we might keep this jig going. I can tell you right now, when I start whacking them on a bass union jig, it's hard to put that thing down. Well, not bad. Well, 1.5. So yeah, we're just throwing that matte brown purple 1/2 ounce. Got it paired up with the Strike King Rage Craw. That's Falcon Lake Craw color. And that fish, boom, smoked it. Really up close to the bank too. It's a good sign. So right now the water temperature is 63 degrees. So the fish could be in all stages. There's some probably spawning, pre-spawn, you name it. So you can catch a ton of fish. So I like this 1/2 ounce. 1/2 ounce is my favorite size. You can fish it when it's windy, when it's calm. Just a really versatile size for a jig. And you can see how much water we're covering. Every cast I'm making is like 15, 20 feet down the bank. Got that trolling motor on high, covering water. Make a cast or two in this little pocket. If I don't get bit, I'm gonna switch, pick up on a drop shot. I'm gonna toss right in the back of this pocket. There we go. That's what we want to be. A little bit of water coming in. There's one in there. Ooh, that ain't good. Snap. 12-pound line, baby. That was definitely a fish. Definitely. So, since I know there's a fish in there, something, if you know a fish, where if you know, okay, there's got to be fish in this pocket or in a specific spot, pick up yourself a weightless Senko, toss it right in there. A lot of times that thing, as it dangles down, fish can't resist it. And I don't know, I might have to go up to 15 pound. I haven't snapped my line like that. Maybe, you know, just started lifting weights again. Getting a little too strong. Is it? Come on. Oh, I'm on the log. Just gonna snap off. Oh, yeah, it's coming. Come on. Big old log. Are you serious? I made the perfect cast too. Come on. It's almost here. I want my bait back. The Senkos aren't cheap. Okay. Toss in there one more time. If I don't get bit on this, I'll pick up the drop shot. Oh, Don't have anything on there. I guess I'll pick up the shaky head. So right here I got a green pumpkin, little zoom shaky head worm, a little homemade shaky head. On this rod I have this Dobbins Champion 732 10-pound braid going to an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. A cast or two of this. Hit this point. If I don't get nothing on that, then I'm gonna pick up that A-rig and keep covering water. And we only got a few minutes left. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna make 2 or 3 casts with the A-rig, and we'll go ahead and call it from there. This bank just looks too good not to hit it. Put the trolling motor high. The wind's blowing just right. I'm gonna go over the tops of these rocks. Nope. See the face of this rock? Oh, got tapped. Buster. I'm gonna try to get this thing running right against it if I can make a good cast. There we go. That's the cast I want right there. There's a fish there. He's gonna hit it like that. There we go. Just like that. I think that's a good one to end it on. Hit it right where you're supposed to. Thing was following it, trailing it. Hit that back hook. It's a good sign. All right, had fun, buddy. Well, guys, 30 minutes is up. Hopefully you enjoyed this type of video. This is my first time doing something like this. Raw, uncut, unedited footage of just me straight fishing, going down the bank, picking up different types of rods, different baits, techniques. You saw we got one on Topwater, jerkbait, a few A-rig fish, got one on the jig, broke off on probably a good one. You know, check your line, that's on me. You know, that thing snapped way up on my rod. That line's probably pretty old. So change out that line frequently. Hopefully you enjoyed. Pick up some Bass Union apparel, some Bass Union jigs, A-rigs. Every purchase that you make off of BassUnionFishing.com goes to support this channel directly, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all our social media, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.